I've got raw umber and some water. And it's like, it's a little bit thicker than it looks, I suppose. You want it to where it's like runny, but not like watery. It's hard to describe. Like, watch. Like, it'll stick to the armor, but it won't hold on. But it won't like run off. And you just wanna, I stipple it, because then you get a more like uneven, more natural kind of finish. And that's what you want. You know, stuff doesn't weather necessarily evenly. And you could do this in little patches, or you can do the whole thing. Maybe your paint's a little runnier, which I don't recommend. I recommend about this, or a little bit thinner maybe. This might be a little thick. And just stipple it on. And as you, these pieces are big enough to where as you're doing the whole thing, it will, it'll set a little bit, and it'll, you know, the paint will stick just a little bit as it dries. However, you don't want to wait too long. Wait, so I have enough to hold on to this end here. And you'll just take a shirt. This is going to be your paint shirt from now on to do this. And you just pretend like, you know, you're just cleaning your arm. You just wipe, rub, however. Again, it doesn't have to be even. You don't have to get all of the paint off. However, this is where I think there's the most control. And see, I'm getting that part where I didn't paint. And you just wipe it off. And it's okay if it's a little uneven, because that's how weathering happens. Weathering's uneven. This is one of the few parts where, like, you can get it pretty random evenness or unevenness. Like when you're putting on chips and whatnot, it might, because we're creatures of pattern, so it might just all show up as a pattern when you're doing chipping because you redo it. But when you do this, you know, there's a little bit of randomness to it. So, and you can add or not add as much as you want. This is your armor after all. You make it as dirty, grimy as you want. It's good if your armor has dings, like natural just dings from making it, because that's where your weathering and whatnot will accumulate. Wipe it off. And you really can, you know, pretend like you're cleaning it. And you really can. That's how you'll get the most natural, washed, greasy, kind of dirty look. Is if you just do it random. Don't try to get it all off. Let it sit for a minute. Your towel or your shirt or whatever. Put it up again. This is till you're satisfied. I think that looks pretty good. Let me see. And it's pretty much as easy as that. I might go in with some black acrylic on a dry brush and do some scorch marks as I did on my helmet. One thing to note is that this will, if you have acrylic underneath that you've like dry brushed on, it will come off. So either do your dry brushing with oil or spray paint, or just do it after. That's, again, this is your before. See, even with the lighting, it looks, but together you can tell it's much, much darker. And that's how it's gonna look.